one here. Looks like... so we get 2 pieces of road. If we don't do this, it's not going to work. So this one's going to come in here. It's going to stop on the stop sign. And then we're going to have to make that rotate to go up there. This is going to be fun. I'm not 100% sure how to do this. So we're gonna... Obviously hydraulics involved, and we're gonna want to rotate this around probably... Let's see, this point here, this part of the bridge is going to meet there, so it's going to rotate around this piece. Which means this goes from here to here, and if that's the same distance to yeah, that's going to rotate around that piece, which is quite interesting. So, how do we make it go over there? I feel like this should be obvious. It's not. Sorry. Well, we're going to need to reinforce this bridge. So let's do that. Now, we can move it by moving a steel piece. Well, turn triangles off before I do that as an example. From rotating a steel piece from there to there. Or from there to there? No. Yeah, the whole bridge is rotating about this point. So it would be, not necessarily, I guess, from there to there. Okay. Put a cable here. Just make sure this stays straight as we rotate it. We want to go from a distance of 4.5 meters to a distance of 2 meters. We can't contract by that much. So we're going to need to do some math. Actually, are we? No, don't flip horizontal, but that right there. Okay. If I have a piece extend from 1.43 to 3.12, which I can't do. Yeah, unfortunately what's happening is it's just spinning too much. What I really would need would be a piece that went from here to here so that would rotate up there, but I can't do that because that'll replace the road. So what if I do something that goes slightly off and then try and align those? Can I do that? I sure can. Actually, can I just make it a piece of steel? That way it doesn't change at all. That should cause it to rotate a little more clean. Oh, yeah. I gotta... Do you have to anchor one of those pieces of steel on there? That would certainly help. Otherwise it'll just go with it. Yeah, that's... What am I anchoring? Yeah, that road is not locked. The steel is locked. That's what I did wrong. Okay. So that should cause it to swing. Nope. It's going slack there. Maybe that's part of the problem. We don't want that to go slack. We want that to rotate through this point right here. If it didn't go slack, that wouldn't create that. So now we just have to reinforce that road a bit. make sure we're distributing that weight. I don't really know at this point exactly what we're doing. So let's rotate that whole thing. Hopefully that'll cause less of that. And then this can still be rope. That makes me feel a little better. I think that'll work more. It doesn't work more, but I thought it would work more. Now, why so much pressure on that one point? It's not going to solve the road breaking. Why were we able to do that earlier and this time we're not? Oh, this also can't move. That'll help. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we are moving through the right thing here. Let's do that one more time. I wasn't fully paying attention because I was kind of looking for other things. So where did this go wrong? This whole thing is a little bit shaky, so if we do this and then we don't want that piece there, we want steel. Alright, I've taken a little break. I've also found where the mute button was. Apparently I'd muted the audio here at one point. Yeah, this is becoming a bit of a mess. I'm going to start over here. Okay, so I think it's going to take more than one hydraulic. So the first one I want to do is the thing that I know is going to be the most effective here. This point is going to rotate up and go here. So that much I know is going to be, so 2.8 from 4. So that's going to be reduced by 30%. Yeah, so 2.8 for 1.2 meters. Perfect. Now, if I do that, and I do a steel here, 2 and 2, these are both going to detach from this point here. I think the only thing I really need to do other than that is to make sure this rotates upward. So what needs to happen here yeah, I think we can do this. I think what we want to do now is do a steel piece here. And what if we do this? What if we use this one to pull? Oh, it's not big enough. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Theoretically, so if nothing could break, if I just did this, and I did steel pieces to here, theoretically, yeah, if nothing could break, having that go from, let's see, this is how long? 1.39 meters. So that would be to 3.39 meters up here. Oh, I lost the 3.39 meters. So if this went from 202 to 245, no, that's not right. From 403 to 245. So it's got to lose. Yeah, not going to be able to make that rotation, at least on that point individually. Okay. Let's see, if I rope that, I'm just going to start, no, that's not going to work. I'm just going to start there. There's no way this is going to lift that. So what I think I need to do is make a point here that's more, or maybe even like over here, that's going to be more responsible for actually lifting this piece. And I'm gonna just put a temporary point here that I can refer to. 2 meters out. 199, that's fine. 204, so let's make that more square. Okay, this is currently just under a meter. And we want that point to reach here, 4 meters. That's not going to work. We need this to be much larger piece. So this is now, as long as it can be, 1.75, no, this one here. 3.5 meters, and we want it to expand to 5.84. So we need to do this to expand 2.34. Which it's not going to do. You might have to use sort of a muscle bracket here, and this is going to be, I mean, there would be a way to calculate all this, but it gets much trickier. So let's just see if this works first and foremost. Yeah, we don't need this point here. See if this point holds first and foremost. Alright, this part needs to be anchored. Is that everything? That part needs to be anchored. Everything else should rotate through. Alright. Now the road breaks. Yep, let's make sure this is connected properly. Yeah, we are. Okay. Now, why does the road break there? Let's reinforce that road just for fun. I would think that this piece down here, it's probably because, you know, so let's take out this piece right here. Remember that has to oh, is that set to contract, not expand? No, it is. Yeah, it's supposed to contract. I want to make this piece a rope. So that has a little bit of slack there. I don't think we really need that piece either. And that is, yep, that we were correct. That was supposed to contract 30%. We could set that up properly the first time. Alright, look at that. That's exactly what we were trying to do. Alright, you gotta have it up. Okay, he does kick it into gear. Oh, and unfortunately that tips over. We're only rotating, yeah, we have everything based on that one particular point. So we might actually need... Let's try and make that piece steel again. Was that the actual issue there? And I think if that is breaking, I think it's because... Actually, let me make sure that steel piece is hooked up properly. Yeah, it is. It's on 2. Okay. So it doesn't... the steel piece breaks when that begins. And I want to slow down and... Let's do this again. I'm going to slow this down as it breaks. This is trying to keep that in place. So this piece is trying to rotate backwards. This point right here is trying to rotate backwards because this car is more on the back of it. So as it's trying to rotate, the steel keeps this piece locked in place, which yanks that way. So I think what we actually need to do, there's nothing currently going across here to keep that full shape. I think that should actually fix the issue. Which we don't want to go in 20% anymore. It kind of fixed the issue. It wasn't great. Okay. Wow. This is a tough one. I'm wondering if we should not push based on this point. I was really only doing that because... Let's see. Can we just do it from this point to that? So we'd be going from 4 meters to 686. We can't do it with a single... we can't do it with a single hydraulic, but we can with multiple. But I remember now the reason I was trying to push over here was to support some of that weight. This really is a tricky puzzle. We were so close. I really thought we'd figured that out. So what if we make sure there's just not a way of it swaying backwards? Let's go back to when that was working properly. Is this the point that it was working? Oh, this point we still have some steel in there, so let's get that rope back in there. Nope. How do I go forward now? That? Yeah, that works. Rope. That one. Make sure it's contract 30%. Okay, this should get back to the point where we had it at least up in the air. And the only concern there was the swinging. Oh, you know what? It's a very easy fix. I forgot to make that a interactable thing. And let's make sure these are expanding right. Expand. Expand all the way. We might have to adjust these a little bit. But what we really want to do is just get that piece to lock in. As long as we do, we don't have to worry about this swaying at all. So I think all we need to do is make this just a hair bigger. It's not quite locking in. Let's look at our hydraulic controller. Do we have? We don't have that. Okay, I'm just gonna make it a teensy bit bigger. Hopefully we can get this part of the bridge to lock back in. If it does line up, then we're good to go. There we go. No worries. From there, all we have to do is... Wow, it actually is really cool. I really like the way that looks. But we need to get it under budget. We do need to get it under budget. So try again here. First off, can we just reduce the stress reduce the quality of the road and do the same thing? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay. Now, can we reduce the strength of the trusses? Probably not. That's my guess. Probably not. We can. Look at this. Brilliant. Oh, this is so much fun. I like this bridge so much now. I was really getting frustrated with it and had to take a little break, but look at that. Locks back in and our camper drives right over it into absolutely nowhere. Hopefully that's where it parks. I don't know. But yeah, very fun. 62%. I do want to see in the gallery how this is done. See what other people have done. So a similar thing there. I like that. I didn't think of really doing that. Since I was rotating from this point, I probably should have been just rotating from that point. That's definitely something to keep in mind in the future. Very cool. Very well engineered, that one. This one's pretty cool too. I like that. Just gonna drop them off. So didn't really... Probably could have adjusted that a little bit to get the math just right to have them swing into place. You'd have to set this point here back a little ways. But I'm guessing that... Wow. Yeah, that's just lifting that bridge up and then using all those diagonal ropes to make sure that that stays from swinging. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, lots of really fun ways to do these. I do admit, I like them better when they lock in. Looks like some of these are kind of counting on that swinging. It's much more fun when that piece actually locks in. Like, oh, that one's not going to quite do it. Yeah, lots of different ways to tackle this one. I think that's quite fun. It's one of my favorite parts of this game is the how many different ways you can create the same solutions. That was kind of what I was originally going for. I like where we ended up a little bit better. Let's see some crazy ones. Let's go by budget and go for... that little swinging piece just happens to catch. Oh, that's really funny. And is this one just gonna snap as he gets up? Drop down? It's really struggling there. Is that just gonna break when it gets up there? Yep, sure is. Alright. That was Diagonal Elevator. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe. It really does help me a lot. And share this video with anyone you think would enjoy these kind of games. That's all for now, and we will see you all in the next one.